this is everything that I read this week. I'm having a weird reading month in February because I feel like I don't know what I'm in the mood to read, so I'm in a little bit of a slump. A book that I'm currently reading and reading really slowly and actually enjoying is Glass, Irony, and God by Anne Carson. I'm really taking my time with it. I'm leaving a lot of little notes, annotations. I feel like I'm doing a little bit of writing research whenever I'm reading Anne Carson's work. A book that I started to read this week is actually Martyr. I burned through the first 80 pages when I picked it up, but I put it back on my shelf only because I know that I'm probably reading this in a rush and there was so much prose in this that I wanted to take notes on and annotate. So I'm only putting it on my shelf because I do want to have a slower reading experience with this book. I'm really enjoying reading the Paris Review. I'm having so much fun reading the interviews, reading the journal entries, looking at the art pieces, reading the short stories. My next piece that I'm going to be reading in this magazine is going to be a poem. So I'm very excited to get to some poetry in this because I haven't read a poem yet. So one of the first articles that I read earlier this week is called Love on the Edge. I feel like as a Scorpio, I understood the depth of how this article talked about love and connection and how love and grief are so interwoven with each other. It was a stunning and breathtaking piece. The end of my week, I read another article by Miscellaneous Dogma. It's called Reflections on Scheherazade. It's hands down, I think, one of the most haunting, beautiful pieces I have read that intertwines like faith as well. I loved these two articles so much. I also read another article by Cav, which is titled Broken Horses. And it's such a wonderful piece that sort of articulates the feeling of like memory and storytelling together. It felt like a quilted patchwork. That's the best way that I could describe it. And I felt like I was observing all the details of it. And it was just such a great piece to read. As somebody who also loves to read, I also love getting a good compilation list of book recommendations. And another article that I read earlier this week was by Culture Dump, where she recommended 5 essential art history reads. So if you're a fan of art or art history, I think you want to look into checking out these books. I also read this article on LitHub by Tom Bellamy, which is called What Science Reveals About the Many Facets of Desire. And this was just such a great breakdown on the psychology of desire, on how it works with our brain and the responses that it triggers. I've been having a weird reading month in terms of like my physical books and novel books for the month of February. I don't know what it is. I just don't think I'm hooking onto anything that I'm reading right now. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, that's my weekly reading update.